Hey guys, so today we're going to make this leaf. It's an oak leaf, autumn oak leaf, as you can see from the color. It's made in brick stitch with delica beads. You can use any color you want. I thought these colors look very nice and very elegant. You will need two colors of delica beads. I'm using this one as my background color. Let's call it background color. So it's this one. Here is like a mishmash of everything. And for the golden one, it's not like golden, it's more like bronze. I'm using something something I got from Temu. They look very pretty. They don't zoom very well right now, but as a replacement you can use this code. It looks similar, it's not exactly the same, but it looks similar. But I'm going to be using these. You see, it's like pretty much the same color, just this one is more yellowish, this one is more reddish, so I'm going for this one. I don't know the code for this one, I don't have a link for this one. They look awesome, you just have to look them up. Sorry. Also, you are going to need a clasp for the earring. Try to use, when you use clasps, use either silver or stainless steel. This is stainless steel plated with gold, because they last longer, and especially in the years where it's sometimes people can be allergic and stuff, it's better to go use better clasp. You're also going to need some thread. Now the thread I'm using, it's this one. It goes pretty nice, the color of the thread with the background, so you cannot see it very intense. This is Toho 1G, and you're obviously going to need a needle. You can use either 10, 11, 12, doesn't matter. 12 is a little bit too thin, right? So you can just go with 11. I like the 11 ones. Okay, so you will need your two color beads, not in a mishmash like I have it here, but yeah. You're going to need the clasp, the needle, the thread, and patience, because this is brick stitch. You know, brick stitch is it takes a while. Okay, so let's begin. You can use a stop bead. I'm going to use this golden bead as a stop bead, just because we're going to go on one side and on the other, so it's easier to keep track. So just use a stop bead just to know on which side you are. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, now for our first row, so how we're going to start this? We're going to start from this row here. So from this long row we're going to start, and we're going to go up. When we're done up, we're gonna come down and finish this side. So this is how we're going to do. Make the long row, go up, and then come back down. So first off, take we're gonna call these brown, even if they're not like brown, they're like the copper lined opaque. Okay, let's call this brown, and let's call this golden, so it's going to be easy to, so this is going to be golden, which is not golden, and this is going to be brown, which is not brown. So pick up two brown, pull them down. It's going to be not the easiest to show you at the beginning, because you know, brick stitch. And I have my two beads, and I'm gonna go through this one, because I want to make like the first row, which is like a fence. So I have them like this, and I'm gonna go one more time through this one. And you can make a knot, making sure that your stop bead is not in the way of that. So just move this a little bit here. This should be fine. I will jump back. Don't jump. Okay. Let me just arrange them into place as they should be. Okay. Pick up another brown. So my thread is coming from this side, and I'm gonna go through this. Sorry, I hit my phone. Okay, and I'm gonna go one more time through this. So we have our 3 brown ones. Now pick up a golden and go on the opposite side. And go up through it. Now we're gonna have to add 5 brown, sorry. So 1, mine is going to be a little bit wobbly and wonky because I cannot hold it properly, but we're gonna fix that at the end. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yours should look not so wavy, because you should be able to hold it without it moving so much. So we have 3 brown, 1 golden, 5 brown. Next up we have to put 1 golden, one brown, two golden. You see it looks very wonky for me, but the next row will straighten them. Really wonky. Ooh. Okay. So 2 golden, one and 2, and our last piece we're going to be 4 brown. Jesus, they're wonky. So 4 brown, 1, 2, 3, 'Sorry, I have to go through this, I forgot. I was looking at how wonky they are. So 3 and 4. Yours should look much straighter than mine, but this is what you need to have. So you need to have 3 brown, 1 golden, 5 brown, 1 golden, 1 brown, 2 golden, and 4 brown. This is our first row. Now, for our second row, we need to start our work from this bead here, from the second brown. So we're just going to go without adding anything. We're just going to go through this one. Okay, now I'm going to turn my work. So you see I'm working from the opposite side of the stop bead. The first row, it's going to be a little bit tricky even to hold it, even to show it, but I'm going to do my best. Now, we need to add 3 brown. So pick up 2 brown, and we're going to work in the thread. Let me see if it's okay. So we're going to work in the thread between the beads. That's where we're going to put our needle. So now we have 2 brown on our needle, and we need to go under the thread between the 3rd and the 4th brown bead. So under the thread. Hold your work sturdily so it doesn't fly away, and pull your thread nicely. So you have it like this. Now you're going to want to go up through the second bead added, so that it doesn't stay like in a, so it doesn't stay up, so it goes nicely down. We're going to go down through the first. So we're going down through the first one, like this. And now you see it still sits like this, but if I go again up through the second, so you go up through the second, down through the first, up through the second again, you will see that it will settle nicely into place. See? It sits nicely. My tail is on, it's here. See, the tail is here, and we're going to work it in the pattern because it's on my side of the work. Now, after the 2 brown, I need to add 1 more brown. So I'm going to pick up 1 brown, and I'm going to go under the thread between the 4th and the 5th. So under the thread, hold this tight, pull the thread like this, and now just go up through the bead again. Make sure you don't poke the thread. And settle it into place. Next up, we have 4 golden. So pick up 1 golden and go under the thread between the next 2 golden. This, holding the thread and going up through the bead again. And pull the thread to straighten the first row as well. You see it straightens nicely. And again, 1 golden, go through the thread, pull the thread, and go up through the bead. And pull a little bit to arrange it into place. 1 more golden, under the thread between the brown and the golden, pull the thread, and go up. One more golden, go under the thread, pull the thread, make sure you don't work the tail in just yet. We're gonna work it in but not just yet, and go up through the bead. Just make sure my lighting is okay. Next up, we need to add 4 brown. So pick up 1 brown and go under the thread between the next 2 beads. Pull your thread and go up through the bead. And we have 3 more, so pick up 1 brown, go under the thread, pull the thread, and go up through the bead. I keep hitting my phone, sorry. And we're going to pull so it's secured. One more brown under the next thread. Pull the thread and go up through the bead. And one more brown under the next thread, pull the thread and go up through the bead. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more beads to do, and that's going to be 1 golden and 3 brown. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my stop bead, because I'm going to work my tail in. How I'm going to do that? I'm just going to put it here in the on my way, like it would be any thread that I have to go under. I'm going to pick up my golden bead. I'm going to go under the thread. So under the thread between the brown and the golden, making sure my tail is in the way, so like it's on top of this thread, the one that I'm working. Now I'm going to pull my thread, and when I go up, I'm not going to go directly through the bead. I'm going to make sure my tail is here. So I'm going to go like this. And why I put only through the last beads, because when you see this, like when it's done, you will see if you put it from the beginning, you will see like a separation line, and it doesn't look so good. And we have to put 3 more brown, and again making sure that we have our tail worked in, go under the thread between the next 2 and go through the bead. 2 more brown, so pick up 1 brown under the thread, and last brown. Normally you can cut the tail, but I'm gonna leave it in just so that we know, okay, this is the tail side and this is not the tail side. So tail side and not the tail side. Now we finished the first 2 rows and we have to turn our work. So we're gonna start from the tail side. So turn your work. This is how you will hold it. And now pick up 2 brown beads, 1, 2, and you're going to go between the first and the second, not second and third as normally. Why is my zoom like that? So we're going to go between the first and the second, like this. Pull your thread. Now when you go between the first and the second, you don't have to go up, down, up. You just go up 1 time, because the beads will settle, like they will not go vertically. See, they settle nicely into place. 1 more brown bead under the next thread, one golden bead under the next, you see my first row ended up okay after I put the second row. Now we have to put 2 brown, so 1, I don't know why the zoom is so weird sometimes. It zooms in on my hands. Focus, sorry, not zoom. So 1, and 2. Next up we have to put 1 golden, next up 2 brown, so 1 and 2, one golden, and next will be 5 brown, so 1, sorry, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is what we have so far. Next up we need to turn our work, so we're gonna start not from the tail side, so we're gonna start like this, and we need to start with 6 brown. Now pick up 2 brown, 1 and 2, and like we did on previous row, we're gonna go between the first and the second, and up through the second to settle it into place, and 4 more, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have our 6 brown. Next up we're going to be adding 2 golden, so 1, and 2, next up we have 1 brown, 1 golden, now we need to add 2 brown, so 1, and 2, now we need to add 1 golden, and last 2 brown. One, oh sorry, I took 1 brown and 1 golden for some reason. I don't need the golden one, just a brown. So 1 and 2. And this is what we have so far. Okay, for our next row we will start from the tail side, so like this. Now we will pick up 2 brown beads, so 1 and 2, and we're gonna go between the first and the second bead, and we're just gonna go up through the second. Like this. 1 more brown bead, and we're gonna go between the brown and the golden, like this. Next up we're gonna pick up a golden, now 2 brown, so 1 and 2, next up we have 3 golden, so 1 2 and 3. Next up we have 2 brown, so 1 that didn't sound right, and 2, sorry, 1 and 2. Next up we have 3 golden, so 1 2 and 3. And we need to add 2 more brown, so pick up 1 brown, go here between the between these two and work it normally, and for the last one pick up 1 brown, and we're going to go the same place, so in this under same thread, and just work it like this and up through that last bead. So this is what we have so far. Okay, so now we are on the opposite side of the tail, so you see my tail is here, so we're opposite side of the tail, and we're going to pick up 2 brown beads, and we're gonna go between the brown bead and the golden bead. And I got a knot here. Okay, now we're going to go up through the second like this, and you will see, so if we leave it like this, the first one will go like this at some point, So we don't get this happening. We're just going to go through the first one and up through the second again. And that will make it settle. Another brown bead. Another brown bead. So we have our 4 brown. Next up we need to add 3 golden. So pick up 1 golden. One more golden. And one more golden. Next up we have 1 brown. Two golden. So 1. Sorry. And 2. Two brown. One. And 2. One golden. And 3 brown. Just move this so I have better access to them. So 1. 2. And 3, and exactly in the same place we put the second one. And this is what we have so far. Now we're going to turn our work. We're gonna start on the tail side. Here's my tail. So we start our work from the tail side, and we're going to start with 4 brown. So pick up 2 brown, and we're going to go between the first and the second. And just up through the second. No need to go through the first and the second again, because when you go through the first, I told you it doesn't come up. So again, another brown. And another brown. One golden. One brown. Two golden. So 1. And 2. Sorry, that was a knot. Just whooshed it out of my hands. the rest we're going to make brown. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one more. As we did previously, in the same place as we put the 8th, we put the 9th. And this is what we have so far. Now we turn our work. We will start from not the tail side, so we start from the other side. Let me just unravel, spin my thread, unspin it. Okay, now we need to add 7 brown, so pick up 2 brown, and now we're going to go between the second and the third, like this, up through the second, because it's between the second the second and the third. You see how it comes up, so we're just gonna go through the first one and through the second one and back. Miracle. So 5 more. That's 2. This is third. Sorry. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Next up we have 2 golden, so 1 and 2, next up we have 1 brown, 3 golden, so 1, 2, and 3, 1 brown, 1 golden, again I hit my phone. Now we need to add 5 brown. If even if you see here you have only one space, you know, you can put 2, but we need to add 5. So we're just going to make another like a base. So do the first 2 normally. So pick up one brown, put it in normally, like this. Yeah. Take another brown, put it in the same space as you did previously. So that's 2. We need 3 more. Now pick up one brown. This is how you do when you go outside. So you pick up one brown, thread is coming from under here, you go like it would be a normal how you say base, like, and then you go through this again, through this down. You need 2 more. Pick up one brown, coming thread from here, you go through here, this, and you go through it like this. And one more. Exactly as we did when we started the starting row, like this. So this is what you should have, a little bit straighter this, but it will straighten when we put up. Now I need to add 2 more brown here. So you see my tail here, yeah? I'm going to turn my work, so this is how we finished it. I'm gonna turn it but like this, so that my tail is down. See, so this is how we did it now, and I'm turning it like this because I need to add 2 more brown beads here. So I'm gonna hold it like this. I'm gonna pick up 2 brown beads, and on the tail I'm gonna go between the 2nd and the 3rd here. Pulling the thread. So I'm gonna have something that looks like this. I'm gonna go up through the 2nd, pull the thread, down through the 1st, and up through the 2nd again, so I make it straight. So this we are working under the 5, the ones that we added, and I'm gonna pull the thread, and so you should have it like this. Yeah, so again we were working like this. We added this extra, so we did these 2 and we added these 3 as we did initially with the base. I turned my work like this because I needed to add these 2 right now, right, these 2 here. Now again, now I go back as I was before I added this, and I'm just going to go with my needle up like this. So this is how this row looks like. Now I'm going to turn my work as we did so far, like not upside down, but just from the other side, and we're gonna be on the tail side. So that's where we're gonna work now. Now we need to put 5 brown. So pick up 2 brown, and we're gonna go between the 2nd and the 3rd. Up through the 2nd, down through the 1st, and up through the 2nd again. Now we need to put 3 more brown. 1, 2, and 3. So we have our 4 brown beads. Sorry, 5. Now we pick up a golden one. One brown. Now we need to put 3 golden. So 1, 2, and 3. One brown. Two golden. And 7 brown for the next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 7th in the same place as the 6th, as we previously did. This is like how you can increase in a row by 1. If you want to do it more increases, you do as we did here. Now this is what we have so far. Now we need to turn our work, so we're going to be not tail side, opposite of tail. Now let me, for some reason my thread spins a lot. I don't understand why. Okay, so now we need to add the brown, but it's going to be 3 brown, 1 gap, and then the rest of the row. So we go with 3 brown, yeah? So pick up 2 brown, 1, 2, go between the second and the third, as normally you would, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again, and 1 more brown. So we have our 3 brown. Now I need to have 1 space, so my thread needs to come from this bead, not from this up. So I need to come on this. So how I do? I go through this one, the one before last. Then I go through this one under it. Like, you cannot go directly because you don't want to see any thread. Now I go through the one under, so I go 3 down in diagonally. Yeah, because my thread was here. I went down through these 3. And now I'm just going to go through these 2, because this is where my thread needs to come out of. like this. And now we continue with 7 brown. Let me see if I need to add some more in my mishmash. Okay, so we do as we would do at any beginning of a row. Pick up 2 brown. Now you go through, so you see my thread is coming from this. This will be called first bead, and now this is second, this is third. So I'm gonna put my thread through this. Hopefully it's visible. Now again, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again. And I need to add 5 more brown, so because we need to have 7 in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 7 brown. Next up, 1 golden, 2 brown, 1, and 2, 1 golden, 'I keep hitting the phone for some reason, and 5 brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the same place as the 4th, like this. So this is what we have so far. Now we turn our work, we are on the tail side. Now we need to add 5 brown, so pick up 2 brown, and we go between the first and the second, and just up through the second, and we need to add 3 more. So 1, 2, and 3, 1 golden, 2 brown, 1, and 2, 1 golden, and now we need to put 7 brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry, I put 2. I have to take this out, and I took my needle out, so I'm just gonna have to put my thread back in the needle. So where was I? 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is what we have so far. Now we will turn our work, working from opposite side of the tail. This is tail, this is not tail, even if it's close, but it's not. And we're gonna put 4 brown. So pick up 2 brown, go between the first and the second. So we have this from before, but now we're working on this side, so we work between the first and the second, and up through the second, and 2 more brown. So 1, and 2. Now we need to put 5 golden. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next up we have 2 brown. 1, and 2. 1 golden, 1 brown, 1 golden, 3 brown. One, 2, and the third in the same place as the second. 3. And this is what we have so far. Now we turn our work. We're working from the tail side. And we start with 3 brown. So pick up 2 brown, go between the second and the third, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again, and one more brown. One golden, one brown, three golden, one, two, and three, sorry, 3 brown, one, oh my god, I keep hitting this is crazy, two, and three, two golden, one, and two, and 4 brown, one, two, three, and 4 in the same space as we put the third. And this is what we have so far. You see, it's like it starts to look like a leaf. Okay, so now we are starting from the not tail side, and we're going to pick up 2 brown, and we're gonna go between the first and the second, like this, up only through the second, because it will not bend over. One more brown, hopefully I don't hit my phone so often. Now 2 golden, so 1, and 2, next up 6 brown, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next up, 2 golden, 1 and 2, 1 brown, 1 golden, 'my thread again spiraled for some reason, and 3 brown, 1, 2, and the third in the same place as the second. And this is what we have so far. Now we turn our work. We are on the tail side. And we pick up 2 brown. And we go between the second and the third. Up through the second. Down through the first. And up through the second again. And 1 more brown. Now 2 golden. And now till the end we're gonna put brown. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can I have a knot here for some reason? I don't know, this thread should be good. I always use it and it's good. I think I'm not holding it properly how I'm showing, so it's just spinning around. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this is what we have so far. Now we turn our work. We start from not the tail side. Should unspiral my thread again. And now we will make like we will go 5 beads and then 3 beads up on top of those 5, and then we're gonna go on this side because we're gonna have a gap. So we're gonna do like this: pick up 2 brown, go between the second and the third, so we put 5 brown beads, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again, like this. 1 more brown, one more brown, and 1 more brown. So we have our 5 brown beads. Like this. Now we don't continue on this row. We're gonna turn the work like this, and we're gonna make 3 brown on top. So pick up 2 brown, go through the second and the third, like imagine that this is your normal, your whole row, so it's between the second and the third, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again, and 1 more brown. Like so. Now turn your work, so your work should look like this. Now my thread needs to come out of this bead, so I need to go with my thread in the bead so that it comes out of this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go down through these 4 and then up through this. So down through these 4, this, and up through these 2. And pull the thread so it hides in between the beads, like this. Now pick up 1 brown and 1 golden. Now you see my thread is coming from this bead, so we will consider this first. So this is second and the third, so we will go with our needle under this. Hopefully it's visible. Now up through the golden, down through the brown, and up through the golden. One more golden, now we need to add 3 brown, so 1, 2, and 3. Now we need to add 1 golden, one brown, one golden, and 2 brown. And this is what we have so far. Now turn the work we're gonna be on the tail side. Need to unspiral my thread again. So we're on the tail side. Pick up 2 brown, go between the brown and the golden, so between the second and the third, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again. Now pick up a golden, one brown, I don't know how to hold this so my finger doesn't continuously move the phone. Now 4 golden, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now 3 brown, 1, 2, and the third in the same place as the second. And this is what we have so far. Now turn your work. We're working opposite of the tail. Now we need to add 7 brown, so pick up 2 brown and go between the first and the second. And go up through the second. And 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 7 brown. Now 3 golden. 1, 2, and 3. And 1 brown. And this is what we have so far. Now turn your work. So we are on the tail side. Turn your work. Now we need to get to for our thread to exit the golden bead, not the first one. So I'm gonna go through the golden and through the brown one on diagonal from it. Then I'm gonna go through the golden on the side of the brown. And then I'm gonna go exactly where I need to be in the golden on top. This is where my thread has to come out of. Now pick up the golden and go between the second and the third golden, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again, like this. Now we are going to add 7 brown. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And this is what you have so far. Now turn your work, spiraling. Now I want my thread, look, we are here on top, see, this is where we are now. See, I want my thread to come out of the second bead, and we do exactly like we did before. We go through the one that I want to exit from and the one under, like this, and the one next to it and the one I want to exit from, like this. And I need to add 4 brown. So pick up 2 brown and go between the second and the third, which in my case is the third and the fourth, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again. Pick up another brown, and another brown. Like this. Now I need to make the circle for the clasp, and I want to make it on this. So I'm just going to go through this here to these 4 beads, the 3 on top and the golden, because I want to exit this golden here. So I'm gonna go through these 4 like this, and through these, up through these 3 golden. And I can do it in 2 rounds, but you get the idea. So I'm exiting the golden. Now pick up 6 golden. This is going to be the loop for the clasp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now it's coming out of this, so we're just going to go through this, but you can go through 2 just to make it sure, like you go through these 2. And we're going to go through these several times just to secure it, you know. Just go through the beads you added, like 2 or 3 times. This. I'm gonna go one more time, and I'm going to fasten off my thread. Now I'm gonna show you how to add new thread. So I think I went plenty of times, like 3 times. Now I want to cut off my thread. So I don't want to just cut it. I want to secure that it will not break. So I'm just going to work work it in between few beads. Like just work it around, up and down, so it's nice and secured. And then this. I think it's secured enough. I'm just gonna cut this. Now we need to do, like you see, this is how, this one is shinier. I don't know if it's visible, but it is shinier because I've used a solution, a hardening solution on the back side. This front side is not so shiny because I didn't use, but the back side where I used the solution is a little bit shinier. Anyway, so we are here. This is what we did so far. Now we need to come down and make this part and this part. I'm gonna leave the tail because we're still gonna go with that, the idea that on the tail side or not tail side. Let me just show you how to add the thread. I should have probably did this off camera, but it's okay. It's a long video anyway. Okay, so I want to reach one of the sides. I'm thinking to reach the tail side. So I want to reach this. I want to reach this one here, this bead here. So I work these three rounds. So I'm turning my work so it's upside down, and I'm gonna go somewhere different. Like I'm gonna put my needle in here. I want to secure it. I want to secure my thread, so leave a little bit of tail, and now work it up and down, making sure that when you pull the thread it doesn't come. So I went there. I'm gonna go through this one now. Make sure you don't catch the tail in the work. Through this. Now I'm gonna go up through these two. Like you just go in enough beads that when you pull the thread it doesn't come. Like it doesn't pull the tail, you know, so it's secured. I'm gonna go through this and this, this. I think I went through a little bit too many, but better safe than sorry. And now I am where I want to reach, which is this bead here. Like this. Now I can cut the tail of the thread added. Don't cut the initial tail because we will still use tail side and non-tail side. So just cut off the tail from the one added. If you added it, if you didn't, it's okay. Okay. So now we need to add 5 brown. So pick up 2 brown and go between the second and the third. Up through the second. Longer thread, easier to tangle into stuff, and down through the first and up through the second again. Take 1 brown, put it, go with it in the next. Here it will be a little bit harder because it will have a bit more tension than you're used to, so you're just going to have to push a little harder when you put the needle in. one more brown. See here, it's a little, it's not as easy as it was before, you know, because it's the first row and you pulled from the other side. This and one more brown, so we have 5 brown. Okay. Now turn the work. So this is the tail side, let's say opposite of the tail, but it's not opposite because it's just, we're still working on the same side, but you have to hold it like this. Now we have to put 4 brown, so pick up 2 brown, go on under the thread between the second and the third, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again, and 2 more brown, 1 and 2. Now turn your work, and I need my my thread to come out the second, this bead, not where it comes. So I'm gonna do as I did previously. Go down to 2 beads, pull the thread, and go up 2 beads like this, and it's coming from the bead I want it to come from. And now add 2 brown and go. So this, if this is the first, you go between the second and the third, up through the second, down through the first, and up to the second again. And this is what you should have so far. Now we need to reach this bead here, because I told you we made how we're holding it like this, yeah, we made this loop here. So now we need to make this part, so we need to come out of this bead here. I keep hitting this. So how we do that? As we previously did, I'm going to go down through these. You don't have to go all at once. I'm not even going to try because it doesn't seem very safe. So I'm just going to go down bead by bead, and one more. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beads down, and now I'm going to go 2 beads up. So I'm going to go through these 2 up, because this is the bead I want to come out of. Like this. Okay, now pick up 2 brown and imagine this is the first, so we're gonna go between the second and the third. So down through the first and up through the second again. Now another brown, because we need 3 brown. 1 golden, 2 brown, so 1, and 2, two golden, 1 and 2, and 3 brown, 1, 2, and the third in the same place as the second. Okay. And this is what we have so far. Now turn your work, untwist your thread if necessary. Now we are opposite of the tail. We will see tail is on the same side as the loop, so opposite of the loop side. Now pick up 2 brown, 1, 2, and go between the first and the second, and then just go up through the second. So it doesn't bother me. I'm going to cut the tail, but we will remember that the tail is on the side of the loop, because I seem to not be very comfortable working with it. Okay. Now pick up 1 golden. I have to put some more golden here. Pick up 1 golden, like this, one more golden, now we have to put 3 brown, so 1, 2, and 3, one golden, and 3 brown, 1, 2, and 3. And this is what you have so far. Now turn your work. We're going to be on the loop side, and we're going to be picking up 2 brown, so 1 and 2, and we're going to go between the second and the third. up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again. And one more brown. One golden. And now we need to add 7 brown. Do I have enough brown? I don't. I need to put some more brown here. So 7 brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th in the same place as the 6th. And this is what we have so far. Now turn your work. You're going to be opposite of the loop side. And this row is all brown. So no more golden, just brown. Now pick up 2 brown. 1 and 2. And you're gonna be going between the first and the second. Like this. And all this row is going to be brown. So pick up a brown, that's 3. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is the row now. Okay, now turn the work. We are on the loop side. And we need to make 4 brown and 3 on top. So 4 browns, pick up 2 brown, go between the second and the third, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again. Another brown, and another brown. So we have 4 brown, Now we don't continue the row on this, we turn the work, so we're gonna work on top of these 4, not on the big row, so-called big row, and we're gonna put 3 brown on top of these. So pick up 2 brown, go between the second and the third, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again, and 1 more brown. Like this. Now turn your work. For the last little bit of leaf, I need to for my thread to come out of this bead. So I'm gonna do exactly as I did before. I'm gonna go down through these on this side on diagonal. So I'm gonna go through this one and this one and this and this. So I went 4 down on diagonal, and I'm gonna go up on these 2 like this. And now we're gonna put 5 brown and 3 on top. So pick up 2 brown, go, imagine this is the first, you go between the second and under the thread between the second and the third, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again, and 1 more brown, one more brown, because we need to have 5 in total, so that's 3 with this one is 4, and 5. Now turn your work, this is the last row, turn your work and make 3 brown. So pick up 2 brown, go between the second and the third, up through the second, down through the first, and up through the second again. Pick up a brown and go through this one. And now we need to work our tail in. So I'm just going to go through these because I want to cut it, but at the same time I don't want to have issues with it. So I'm just going to work it up and down a few beads. And then I'm going to show you how to harden it and also protect the color. You know, Delica has issues with, especially the golden and the silver ones have problems with losing their color. But this solution, it's not my finding. I found as well on somebody that showed it. But I've used it for a while, and it's actually not only hardening, giving them shine, also protecting the color, which is very, very nice. Now I went several times. I think it's secured, and I can cut it off, and we are done. And we need to add our clasp. Also, when you open the clasp, don't open it like this as I did in the past. Open it on the side like this, and you just plop it in there. Like this, and then you close it nicely, and then you don't have any loops or gaps or anything. Good that it didn't break something. Stainless steel, very hard to maneuver, resistant but hard to maneuver, strong metal. And we are done. we are done. Let me just zoom out a little bit. It's a mess. It's a mess here. I'm gonna have to separate them and everything, but we are done. Now this one, let me just move my carpet. This one is hardened. This one is not. You see? This one is not hardened. Now, how I harden? On a piece of paper, like any paper, first you make sure that you have straightened it, that it's not wobbly, so you straighten it nicely. And then you need a solution. Don't think it's just water and air. You need a solution. And the solution is this. This is what I am using. This you can find on Amazon. Very good solution. It looks white, but it goes transparent, so don't worry. You can put a lot of it. If you're worried, you can put only on the back side and then just leave it. But I think it gives such a nice shine to the work. Like, look, I don't know how to show you, but this one shines much better than this one, and this is the front. So it gives very nice shine, keeps the color, makes it harder, all perfect. So this is very good product, very, very good. Okay, we've done the earrings. I just have to harden my earrings. Tomorrow I'm going to make the pictures for them. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully it was a long one, but big stitch. If you have the patience to the big stitch, you have the patience for a long tutorial, because that's how it goes. Hopefully you enjoyed the tutorial. Hopefully you're going to make some, and I have my Facebook attached to my YouTube, so if you make them, please give pictures of how your leaves ended up. And if you like my work and want to support, you can do so for only $1 a month on my Patreon. I'm gonna leave the links in the description. And yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. That helps me a lot. And yeah, happy beading.